Hello, everyone. Everyone out there, my name is Mitchell Mander, and welcome to a live discussion of Pokemon Horizons episode 33. Terapagos shows its true form, among other things that happen in this episode. So yeah, if you're someone that's new to the channel, you like this type of content, it'd be pretty cool if you sub the channel, like the video, watch a decent amount, and maybe join the chat. It'd be pretty cool to have you here. It's been a little slow these last few weeks, but hopefully this one picks up because this was quite the episode. So if you're someone that is new, my normal format for these streams they usually last maybe about an hour or something like that. But I usually give it a couple minutes for people to show up. Then I start actually giving, I guess, my summary of the episode, events and stuff, and then my rating for the episode. And then if anybody's here, I hand it off to them. But yeah, there is a poll also, if you're viewing live, for you to rate the episode. So go ahead and hit that poll and vote. If not, if you're viewing this afterwards, you can give your rating in the comment section if you want to, and let me know what you thought of the episode. But like I said, I'm going to give it a few minutes, and when some people start showing up, we'll get started with my review, and then, yeah, we'll go from there. I will say that I only got an hour today, so once we get to 1 p.m. my time, I gotta get on out of here. But yeah, we got the next hour or so to talk about this episode with you guys. So yeah, we got 4 people here. So what's up, y'all? Be cool if you hit that like button. It helps the channel and spreads the video around. Just saying. Oh, Clawless is here. What's up? The polls are finally working for you? Nice. That's good. Oh, hey, Thomas is here. Missed the last few streams, so I'm here. Cool. Cool. The more the merrier. I'm waiting for Nick to show up, give his 10 out of 10 rating, just because Ione was not in the episode, and then dip. But yeah, this was a solid one. I'll get into it momentarily. Probably at about maybe the 5-minute mark, I'll start talking about the episode. I didn't know whether to give it an 8 or a 9. That's kind of where I'm at. This episode made Amethio feel more like a character rather than a villain machine. That's true. So you settled for an 8. Okay. Fair enough. A humanized Amethio. Maybe we're going to get some Amethio development, finally. On screen, it seems. Because next week's episode, it looks like it's going to be not only the farewell party for Diana, but we're also going to get Amethio doing some training. So maybe he's going to get some character development soon. But yeah. Oh, hey, what's up, Nether? Long time no see. Great for Amethio's character, but at the same time, LOL, what a loser. Yeah, we'll get to that momentarily. Yeah, sorry, I've had a lot on my plate. No, you're good. I ain't mad. I'm just chilling here. We got 6 people here. We have a decent crowd today. It seems like we had a really good episode on our hands. But yeah. Hope you're all having a wonderful day. We've got 9 days till Christmas, so I gotta get some Christmas shopping done here soon. And thanks for the likes, guys. If we get one more, I'm at 5. Let's get this to 5 likes and then maybe go beyond. I mean, if there's 6 of you, you know, that means we could get to 6 likes, but yeah, you know. Anyways, I'll give it another minute and then I'm going to start talking about this episode. What do the polls look like before I get started? Right now it's 50-50, 9-10, 8-7, tied. Well, thank you for the likes, guys. Okay, we're gonna get started once we hit the 7-minute mark, at least on my timer here, from when I started live. Also, I have a very small cough, but it's nothing too major. Alrighty, guys, we're gonna go ahead and, I guess, review or summarize episode 33 of Pokemon Horizons. So first half of this episode, it picks up for last week's episode, where Rayquaza, however you pronounce it, shows up. And at first, things seem a little bit calm. Roy wants to fight Rayquaza because he thinks he can take him on. And then we have Amethio, having been revealed to be tracking Rayquaza's whereabouts, and engages in battle and ticks it off, and literally takes a massive L. Like, Rayquaza just basically flicked Cerulege and just took it out like it was nothing, like it was a joke. Yeah, and if Amethio is going down like a rock like that, yeah, Roy, you're not even going to like come even close. You're gonna probably do even worse. But this attack causes Rayquaza to go into a blind rage, and it starts just attacking everyone. And yeah, Roy, I guess, was being a little annoying here because he pretty much Freed's telling him to get away. It's like, dude, you're putting yourself in danger, but he wants to keep running out to Rayquaza. And it's to the point where Liko actually almost gets struck by one of the Draco Meteor attacks. And yeah, that's when Terapagos steps in, and it finally showcases its true form. Doing so actually calms down Rayquaza, but at the same time, once it loses its full form, which it doesn't last very long in it. It's a very nice scene, though. But lost my train of thought there. But Rayquaza is not really satisfied with Terapagos in its weakened form, and it just takes off. Who knows where it's going to next, but we can just assume that it's going off to the next region. Which most likely will be probably Sinnoh, maybe. We're probably going for Cleavor next. But anyways, with that done, that's pretty much the first half of the episode. The second half is kind of, cooling things down. Terapagos wore itself out, so it's asleep for like a day. Diana decides that she's going to leave the Rising Bolt Tacklers because she's more suited to just adventuring alone. But in the meantime, she's going to be researching the Explorers and the pendant and why the Explorers are pursuing it. Because her old friend is part of the Explorers, so she wants to know the answers. Wants to uncover the truth for herself, so she's taken off. Only Freed knows it at this point, though. But she actually shows up and requests that Liko and Roy do some training. Roy's a little lost because, Rayquaza got away and he couldn't do anything about it. And even he's like, what can I do? So, Roy development soon? But anyways, Liko and Roy actually face off against Diana. She basically is testing them. And they go up against her Arcanine, and if they land one hit, they win. And for the longest time, they couldn't do a single thing. Nothing they did worked, and they were just getting taken down, Fuecoco and Sprigatito. However, as the skies clear up, they actually take advantage of this. They get a little bit more agile, and they manage to actually slide under Arcanine. Fuecoco ends up distracting Arcanine with its flamethrower, and that's when Sprigatito sneaks up behind it and scratches it, landing a single blow, thus winning the trial. It shows a little bit of growth, and it shows that Liko and Roy can actually, have some good teamwork here, teamwork dynamic. It just got a long way to go, unfortunately. So hopefully going into 2024, these two get stronger, because they're going to definitely need it, because they are way underpowered still compared to everybody else. But yeah, that's pretty much where this episode comes to an end. We do have the Terapagos mini section where it literally it and a lot of other Pokemon start making a mess in the kitchen. They drink the Shuckle juice again, which looked like a really awkward scene. If you look back at it, if you're looking at it out of context, it just looks like Shuckle's just peeing everywhere. But anyways, it was a little nice section. I don't know if they're gonna continue doing that. It seemed like they were doing it for at least these episodes, so we'll see if they continue this. But overall, this was a very solid episode. This is probably the best episode we've gotten in a while. It's easily I'm gonna give it a 9. I think it was a very solid episode. I mean, the first half I will say was paced really fast, but the second half, actually did a good job, training Liko and Roy up. And I feel like both Roy and Amethio are going to get development. One thing I also want to mention is that Amethio shows back at the headquarters, and he wants more power because, taking the massive L he did against Rayquaza was a bit of a wake-up call to him. So he's got to get stronger, which I've alluded to this in the past, but I feel like Amethio is going to become stronger to the point where he actually defeats Freed at some point. And maybe he actually gets to terrestrialize his Pokemon. That might also be one of the things that helps him gain more power too. So I feel like Amethio and Roy are about to get some development, with Amethio getting stronger and Roy, realizing he needs to become stronger in order to stand up to Rayquaza, because I want to say Diana said that Rayquaza was Lucius's strongest Pokemon underneath him, the strongest of the heroes. So yeah, Roy, you got a little bit of work to go. You need a little bit of work, but we might be seeing some Roy development soon where he gets stronger, hopefully. He really needs it at this point. Roy needs something, because Liko has pretty much, ever since Liko developed her goal, excuse me, and then we pretty much essentially find out that Lucius is her ancestor, so the story is revolving around her. So hopefully Roy can step things up here relatively soon. I don't want him to be completely left behind, so we'll see where things go with him. I just get the sense that he really needs to, improve himself, and he wants to, because he's just nothing at this point. I mean, if they're struggling to face off against Diana's Arcanine, what chance do they have against Rayquaza? So this was a good episode, a great episode overall, in my opinion. Very solid. The action was really good. We got development for the characters, interesting developments for the future. I'm very curious to see where we're going in 2024. I know the first episode that we're getting in 2024 it feels like a filler episode because it's Freed, going around and getting money because they're out of money or something like that. I read the summary. Not really worth making a video on for that alone. But yeah, for this episode, that's neither here nor there. We'll talk about that when that episode comes out. But for this episode, it was solid. I'm personally going to give it a 9. That's my personal rating. Excuse me. One of my favorite episodes of Horizon so far. And with that said, I'm going to give it over to the chat. Go ahead and let me know what you thought about this episode. Just various different thoughts. What do you think about what happened here? What do you think about the developments we might be getting soon? Excuse me. Yikes. Get that one person who gives it a 5. I know, I swear, someone just comes in and just throws like a low rating because they want to, I guess. I don't know. You never know who's going to show up here. Diana was one of my favorite characters this episode. By the way, I love the idea that reasonable detectives need money. I think that it's kind of like one of those things where it does feel like filler, but at the same time, it's like, how are they able to just keep going on this ship without like working or getting money for like stuff? Because nobody's really like actually working here, right? They had careers previously, but they left it to be on the ship. So like, what money are they getting? Is it like research for free research and stuff? I don't know. So I guess in that sense, it makes sense that they'd run out of money eventually and they need to like do something about it. Not to mention they're taking care of all these Pokemon, so food costs are probably getting to them as well. I need water. Yeah, they also have kids to feed. It's funny because, by the way, episode 10 through 21, people were complaining that Roy was stealing the show and that Liko was doing nothing. Now the roles have reversed. That's the thing that I find funny too, because like Roy was getting a lot of focus and people were like, Liko's not developing. Granted, she was stagnating during that period until she got her goal. I remember people complaining about that all the time. They're like, Liko, do something. And while she does something, it takes away from Roy. I think what they need is some balance in order to balance it out. It seems like the series is still struggling a bit with that, so. The Anipole community is a perpetual state of tug of war, and they can't seem to make up their minds. That is true. It literally happens every series. Every single series. I think the one time it was like unanimously like on one side was when Sun and Moon first came out, and everybody hated it for like the wrong reasons, if we're being completely honest. And then by the end of it, like most people loved Sun and Moon. And then when Journeys came out, it was Sun and Moon fans versus Journeys fans. And now you're seeing Journeys fans versus Horizons fans. I've been seeing that a lot lately. Where people go in and they're like, oh yeah, at least we had this in Journeys. We don't have this anymore in Horizons. Or like, Horizons is better for blah, blah, blah. Like, it's just a continuously... it's a continuous situation where it just loops every series. I mean, I like Horizons more than Journeys, but... I see both strengths and weaknesses in both shows. Well, going back and forth isn't too bad either. But in the series that shall not be named, they did objectively a lot of things wrong, and they should not have done. That is true. I mean, that's what happens when you have a series where like there's no direction to it, and like you're changing directors like midway through. That also hampered it too. It's just clear that they had no plan for a lot of stuff, which is disappointing. But I just feel like with this series, it feels like there's a solid story and solid idea of where it's gonna go. That it just it feels like things are happening kind of naturally for the most part. Besides a few hiccups here and there. Ash's Pokemon not getting screen time. Yeah, exactly. That's a great thing. That's one thing that Sun and Moon did better. At least you saw Ash's Pokemon like all the time just hanging out, like chilling or eating food, or like they're at least present. Journeys, Gengar and Dragonite just disappeared for episodes on end. But yeah. I also feel like people need a reminder that Horizon has different priorities. Exactly. I see people all the time, like, not all the time, but like I'll see occasionally people are like, yeah, you know, Pokemon Horizons, it's not a Pokemon anime. It's an anime that features Pokemon, or like it doesn't understand the Pokemon anime structure. And this whole traveling around here and not doing the gym challenge and stuff like that is effectively like going against what Pokemon is or whatever. And I'm like, this is the wrong mindset that you need to have going into the series. The thing about Pokemon, the Pokemon anime, especially since like Sun and Moon, it's been subverting expectations, for better or for worse. Like, like as mixed as I am on how Journeys turned out, at least it tried something different than what we could expect. Like Sun and Moon, they could have just done the trials. They could have just done that where Ash goes and travels with 2 or 3 people. I remember when people were like, it's gonna be Ash, Lily, and Kiawe and Mallow. That's your like traveling companions, and they're going around. They could have done that, but they didn't. They did something completely different than what people were expecting, and that's why it got so much hate at the time. Journeys took things to the next level, and we went to all 8 regions at the time. Didn't do the Galar Gym Challenge, and then we had a completely different like format for like everything. We had an anime original tournament, and then an anime original goal for Go. And then you go into this series, and it's again subverting expectations. It's completely different than what I was expecting it to be. Besides, like, taking Ash away. That's one aspect that's completely different, but the whole structure of the series is completely, like, different. And to be completely honest, it's refreshing. Because, I mean, they've done the old format to death. And I think they realized that when they were getting close to the end of X and Y, or, like, partway through X and Y. Hence why we got every series trying something new. And with this series, it's taken like the biggest risk ever for the series. Getting rid of Ash and then having brand new characters and a brand new like story, and that's unique. Yeah, I like it. Keep it up, guys. Keep subverting those expectations. Do you know what I mean? The one character I want to see in Horizons is Karen from the Johto Elite Four. Her philosophy of winning with your favorites could develop Lico's goal of connecting to Pokemon. Possibly. I mean, I imagine when we go to Johto, we might run into a few people that we may have never seen before. Or some that we have seen. Who knows? If it's Entei, if we're pursuing Entei, we might be going to the Burnt Tower, probably. I mean, that's probably a good place for them to, you know, gather some research or something. Although Entei is a little bit different, because they might, the way that it seems like they're going about it, they don't know where Entei's at. So it's kind of like in the games, Gold and Silver, where like Entei and the other ones are, the other beasts are kind of just roaming. Unless you want to throw in the Suicune stuff. But I get the feeling that we might at least be going to the Burnt Tower at some point to do a little bit of research. And then moving on from there. When we get to Johto, that is. Anyways, yeah, we should probably get back to the actual episode. Back to the episode. I love the intensity on display, especially in scenes where the adults are protecting the kids, including Freed pulling back Roy. It felt realistic in some ways. Yeah, I like that. Actually, I agree with that. That part where basically Freed grabbed Roy and Charizard was like protecting it. That was cool. That was actually really neat. I got a little frustrated with Roy though because he was throwing himself in danger, and Liko had to step in and actually like bump him out of the way where she could potentially take like a direct hit from Rayquaza, which would have been not so good. But yeah, I agree with that. That's the main point. They wanted to explore other aspects of Pokemon World. Horizons wants to communicate that the Pokemon World is not just about collecting badges. Exactly! I mean, I'm sorry, but like if you want to go and watch a series that is like that, you got, plenty of Pokemon anime to like dive into. There's like 900 episodes there for you. Also, let me know if you're struggling to hear me, because I just got an error message from YouTube saying that the stream is having some issues. So if you can't hear me at some point, just say something in the chat, and then might have to be waited out. But yeah, I found Roy a bit annoying in this episode. Roy was annoying, but very expected of Roy as a child. I mean, true. That is true. Like, that is something we do have to consider. I mean, when you're that young, you're not really thinking rationally of the consequences, whereas Freed's the adult there. And he knows that, like, Roy can't handle this, so. I just hope that Roy starts to learn from this, because he does have an issue where he's kind of running off and doing his own thing at times. And he hasn't quite learned that lesson yet. It hasn't set in yet. I'm just hoping there's a bit of balance in the future between Liko and Roy. Seeing as Roy realizes that he's nowhere near strong enough to go up against Rayquaza. He's got a little ways to go. I am going to be making a video because we got one more episode this year. So in between the end of the last episode this year and then the next episode, I'm going to be putting out a video probably before the year ends about my hopes for Horizons for 2024. I have a few things. I'm not going to like spoil a video here, but I already got a few things. I'll just say that Roy is going to be one thing I want to talk about. The rest is up for you to figure out. Also, so many close calls with Liko. I wonder if they'll go farther than what was shown here. They could, where she actually gets hurt. I was going to say, it wasn't for Terapagos stepping in there. She was about ready to get really hurt. This episode gave me Jurassic Park vibes, seeing Rayquaza up close and flipping Ceruledge. Yeah. He just flicked them away. Like it was nothing. Okay, anyways, I'm waiting for this YouTube error to go away. It's still saying that I might be having some buffering issues here. So again, if something actually, if I sound off or like the images are like messing up, yeah, that's why. Or if I suddenly if YouTube just cuts me off completely, yeah. Just know that it's not my thing. It's YouTube being YouTube. A little moment that impressed me was those few seconds of Diana and the distance purposely not showing her face. I think I know what you're referring to, and yeah, I actually agree with that. That was actually like a nice moment. And it also reflects that we don't have too much more time with her here. One more thing, I don't think it is fair that people are saying that Liko is stealing Roy's storyline. Rather, I think the writers want the two characters to share the storyline. This is a new structure. They never did this before. I agree. It's just that I do feel like Roy is kind of taken a back seat as of late, just because Liko, it feels like this is her story, and she's kind of driving the plot here. I just feel like Roy needs something to step it up going into this next year of the series. That way he can stand up and be, Liko's equal, and maybe he enhances his goal, because he wants to capture Rayquaza. Is that even going to happen? Because I get the feeling that when this series comes to an end, like when we go to Rakua or Area Zero, probably is what it's probably going to be. All the heroes are probably going to stay there, maybe. But who knows? There's a multitude of things they could do. The bottom line is, I think that Roy probably needs something else to drive him. I don't know what that is yet, but a new goal, or maybe something to drive him to become stronger. I just feel like there's some urgency there that for him to step up and be treated on equal terms with Liko. But yeah, that got me. As a viewer, I can tell she was feeling so many things without having to see it. Yeah, lots of emotions. Doesn't want to leave, but at the same time, she's said it herself. She's better suited, going on her own. So yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see whenever she turns back up, because based on what we got here, she's going to find something out eventually about the explorers, and then she'll reach out to the Rising Bolt Tacklers with her burb. Okay, guys, gotta go. See ya soon. Alrighty, Thomas. Have a good rest of the day. We'll see you in the next one, hopefully. Feel free to come back anytime to any video /stream /whatever. You are welcome. Okay, I'm trying to think what else, because we could talk about the episode still. We could talk about what to expect next for the series, which I'll be elaborating on my 2024 video. I think for this next episode, it's going to be a good episode to kind of close off the year and kind of wind things down. I love the idea of Diana leaving to investigate the explorers. Yeah, that's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting to see what she finds. Which means we're not done with her. She's done as a recurring character for now. She'll come back later and play her role again. There's also a chance that if she looks into it too much, she might actually get captured by the explorers, and Liko and the others have to save her. Wouldn't that be interesting? I would hope by that time Liko has become a lot stronger too. No more just spamming leafage. This opens the possibility of the series showing off scenes of her investigations alongside the explorers and Roy's invisible tacklers. Yeah, that's going to be neat. But we might see it in flashbacks. Maybe she tells a little bit more about her buddy and the explorers. But I think she's going to figure out what happened, because there's obviously something going on. Lucius left the heroes behind because he said he was not going to die, but the mystery right now is what happened between Lucius and the explorers. Clearly something happened. Lucius and the explorers were friends. I'm just going to say Gibeon might actually be like some immortal or something. I don't know. We don't know anything about that yet. Or he's like a descendant of Lucius's like pal. Who knows? But there's clearly something going on there, and that's probably what Diana's going to discover and then relay that information. There's a chance that she might get captured too. So, but she's able to relay that information to the Rising Volt Tacklers. Or in tandem with the rest of the show. Gotcha. Yep. Something I can see happen is if Diana does get kidnapped, but willingly. Oh, like she like does it because they like have a credible threat or something. Like they're like, oh, give it up or else this is gonna happen. I don't know. They're like threatening to blow up the Bravasagi or something. And then we'd have a Hunter J situation there, which would not be good. But yeah, that is a possibility. Honestly, I feel like that actually is a very real possibility of what could potentially happen. She sneaks in and like gets all this information, and then her bird takes off. And then we get an arc there where we have to save her. And Liko has to step things up and like take command and actually be the one to save her grandma. That'd actually be really cool. I'd be up for that. She needs to get a lot stronger though. She needs to be on par with Amethio. Roy needs to be strong too. Maybe that's when they have their big battle at the end against all the explorers. They go into their separate battles and stuff. But I don't know. It's exciting. It's exciting to see what could potentially happen, because this does open the door for like something potentially very interesting happening with her investigating the explorers and the pendant and what the connection is. I mean, at the same time, granted, she wants to do it too, because she kind of did throw Liko and the Rising Volt Tacklers into this whole mess, so they're kind of entangled in it now, so it's the least that she can do. That's what I think. Yeah. I think it's going to be cool. We'll see. We'll be getting our big send-off for her for now. It was nice having her aboard the Bravasagi. She stayed a lot longer than I was expecting her to. I was only expecting maybe just a couple episodes. I wasn't expecting almost 10. Oh my gosh. Technically more than that, because she got introduced in formally introduced in episode 24. And she's been with us for like 10 episodes, yeah. It's a good way to end off the year, because it gives you, she's leaving to go do her like investigation. Amethio is working to get stronger. he wants to gain power, so he's going to be doing some extra training, but I feel like this is where he might actually he'll be able to terrestrialize his Ceruledge. This is where he's going to probably take out Freed in the future. My prediction is that, again, Freed is going to eventually lose to Amethio. As they've battled, Amethio has been actually catching up to Freed to the point where this last battle he had to terrestrialize in order to win. So, I feel like Amethio is eventually going to get the W over him. That is where Liko and Roy need to prove that they are capable. And then they take on the Pokemon. Maybe we'll get one of them to terrestrialize their Pokemon at some point. I feel like that might be something they do sometime soon. I hope we get like a promotional like video for like 2024, like maybe the first couple of episodes or something into the new year. Build up some hype for the new series. Journeys used to do that all the time. Here and there. And then you'd see like old characters coming back and stuff. Maybe Horizons will do that. They've done it before. I mean, the pendant only reacted to Liko, so of course she's a major player in whatever's going on with Lucius. Exactly. So that's what I would like. I would like maybe because like we're gonna be on break for a couple weeks. We get a promotional video for like what's coming up in the next year. We only know about the one episode with Freed taking on the job to get some more money for the Rising Volt Tacklers so they can continue exploring the world. Whether Diana likes it or not, her grandchild is important. Exactly. And she's going to do what she can to protect her. And make sure she's not in harm's way. Even if she's not there anymore. And like the episode actually said, she realized like after like the recent events that Liko's indeed safe with the Rising Volt Tacklers. So she can take off now. And do her own thing. Well, the Rising Volt Tacklers continue to look for the other two heroes. Which, again, will probably be Cleavor. And I wonder how they're going to find Cleavor, because if you played the Indigo Disc, maybe I shouldn't spoil anything, but yeah, I'm just going to not spoil it, but yeah. We'll just say Cleavor isn't... Sinnoh's not the only region that Cleavor might be at, but yeah. I haven't actually gotten to the Terapagos stuff and the Indigo Disc stuff. I have not finished Indigo Disc yet. I've been streaming it the last couple of days. Yesterday I was trying to do some things. I'm trying to find... There's a trainer I'm missing in the polar biome. But I could not find him, so I'm going to see if I could probably look up a guide to see if I can find him. But I beat the Elite Four. I just got to fight Kiran. And then there's probably more stuff after that, so... Then we'll probably run the Terapagos and then do all that stuff and probably go around and get all the other legendaries and starter Pokemon, so... I still got a little ways to go before I'm done with the Indigo Disc. It's pretty decent so far. I won't be playing it tonight, but I believe I'll be streaming it tomorrow. And probably Monday. I'll just say the DLC and the anime are completely different, as I probably thought, yeah. I'll eventually get to that point. I'm almost, I'd say I'm part way through completing it, so yeah. Oh, hey, it's Pokemon Trainer Emerald. Hi. Welcome. If anything, this anime is a whole lot like Ghibli's Castle in the Sky. Interesting. Studio Ghibli. I will see these episodes once I finish the DLC. I still want to keep myself from seeing the power of Terapagos. We don't really see it a ton. We see its true form here, but it doesn't hold the form for very long. It's probably going to be a while before we see it hold the form, because the one thing in this episode that confirms is that the heroes are actually giving it power. So when we get all the other heroes, then it'll become stronger and be able to hold the form. I saw the film and it makes me wonder if Horizons is a homage to the film. Maybe. I'm not too familiar with Castle in the Sky. I'll have to look into it sometime. Still an epic battle, though, against Rayquaza. I mean, it was a battle. It was kind of a one-sided battle since Amethio couldn't do a single thing and just got slapped. I was going to say Ceruledge got messed up. And Roy's over here battle me, Rayquaza! I'll take you on! With my boy Coco that knows flamethrower and stomping tantrum. I'll do it. Use flamethrower, you can do it. Gets squashed. Oh my gosh, I'm weak. Just kidding though. The film centers around a girl kidnapped because of a pendant she has that was given to her by her grandmother. Oh, I see. That's pretty neat. That could be. I mean, there's some direct similarities right there. And the pendant leads to the rumored castle in the sky called the Laputa. That's interesting. See, I don't think it'll be like a castle in the sky. I'm pretty sure it's going to be Area 0. So it'll be a crater in the ground. Deep in the ground. But yeah, I can see the influence there. It'd be interesting to see if the director, to have an interview with the director and they ask him what his influences were and kind of the structure for the series. It'd be cool, neat if they actually brought that up. And both the girl and the villain have a shared ancestry, kind of like Liko and Amethio. Well, the implication that Amethio has something to do with it, since Terapagos reacted to him. That is a good point. One thing I wanted to bring up from the Lapras mini arc, now that they have a couple of Lucius Pokemon, do you think there's a chance the Rain 2 might get captured, leading them to have a battle with Kleavor and Entei? I think there's a pattern with all these I've kind of noticed. It seems like all of Lucius's Pokemon, they're upset at the world. Well, for the most part. They're just upset at humans or whatever. And they're kind of, reacting to them. Because you had, the giant Orbolivia, attacking Liko and the others. And, there was a forest fire there and all that stuff. And it kind of, wasn't helping things out, and then you had Galarian Moltres messing stuff up in the Galarian mines, messing up people, and then you had Lapras stealing food, like stealing food from random sailors and stuff. So they don't seem to like humanity very much because something happened clearly. So I imagine the same thing is going to happen with Kleavor and Entei. They're going to be like mad. They're going to come up with a situation to, you know, calm them down, and yeah. I was mind blown at how similar it was at a structural level. Yeah, I'd have to look into it more, but that sounds pretty similar. Because it's crazy how they have a good chunk of them. Kind of like how the Kotsky had a bunch of Bijou and Shippuden. Yeah. There's other things I could bring up, but yeah. Like a lot of these evil organizations in various different games and anime tend to like get or be very successful. In this case, it's the good guys have the heroes at least. Also, the girl gets taken along with Sky Pirates alongside a boy, like Roy, our boy Roy. Am I right? Yeah, I can see that they have been around a long time. So they've seen humanity from all angles, I imagine, and that's kind of why they don't like the evil people. Either that or the explorers did something really messed up that caused them to just hate people. Hi. Oh, yep. But yeah, I'm definitely curious as to how we're going to approach the next two. I think Kleavor is probably up next. That's my thought process going into the next hero. As we get more of the heroes, we're going to learn more about Lucius. As we get more of them, Terapagos is going to become stronger. Eventually until we're at the very end. Kleavor and Unova. I am not sure if we're going to... I don't think we're going to encounter Kleavor and Blueberry Academy, though. I get what you're saying, but I think we're going to go back to the source of where it originated from. It's probably hiding in a cave somewhere. In Mount Coronet. No, it's hiding in the bushes in Eterna Forest. Ha, get it? Zelda music. It's hiding in the bushes in Hisui that eventually became Sinnoh. It just hid in those bushes and nobody knew what it was. I want a confrontation at their headquarters. That could be where where Diana is locked up at. Also, maybe they get their hands on one of the explorers, or like Terapagos or something, and we have to go on an assault on the headquarters. Now that would be interesting. I think they can write a time travel episode. Well, then how are they going to do that? The only way they can go back in time is if Celebi is like hanging out. Or unless Terapagos has the ability, which I don't know. I've always just come to the impression that we'd probably see it in flashback. But we still don't know that 100% of Diana will be kidnapped. Just a possibility. I know. I'm just saying. Well, I'm not talking about the movies, Emerald. I'm talking about the main series. The movies, for the most part, are connected to the series. Sort of. I'd mainly say the first movie is the most canon of the movies. Also, Diana getting kidnapped would lead to Amethio changing sides. Could be. A lot of people have been wondering whether he's going to switch. Oh, I almost dropped my mic straight up. I'm feeling fine today. Just coughing very mildly. I didn't do anything last weekend. I rested last weekend. I don't know if we're doing anything. I actually gotta go babysit in a little bit. But, I'm not sure what's happening afterwards. I gotta actually start figuring out what I'm gonna do for, Christmas. Since it's like 9 days away. I might try and go out later tonight and get a few things. And then tomorrow I'm going. He will, because he's got the Elan Gladion energy. That is true. I even pushed it more on the Elan stuff. I mean, actually, Gladion wasn't like part of the Team Skull in the anime. Joe's kids, Emerald. I was gonna say my mom actually babysits my sister's kids. I don't usually have to do that. I've had to watch them a few times when I was like over, but like not just by myself. But yeah, that's why I'm taking off here in a little bit. Edgy rival energy, yeah, that is true. He does give like a. It feels more like Gladion than Elan though, in that sense. He's part of the Alolan Power Ranger squad, though. You know, Gladion joined the... Yeah, I know. Well, this was fun, but I got a dip, so bye. Okay, Clawless. Thanks for joining again. It was a pleasure. And just remember, you're welcome to come back anytime to any stream. Or just the Horizon streams, whatever you want to do. I'm up for a conversation anytime, so thank you for once again for joining, and hope you have a great rest of the day. Oh, you're taking off too, Emerald? Alright. You have a great rest of the day too. Y'all are abandoning me. That's actually fine, because I actually gotta... drop off here in a minute. I need to make my lunch and then I gotta go off and babysit here. Yeah. Not really babysit. The kids are like not babies. They're old. They're yeah. I don't know where I don't know where I'm going with that, but yeah. I'm just watching kids for a couple hours a day, but yeah. Anywho, now that nobody else is in the chat talking, I think we're gonna end the stream here. Let's the poll actually. They are still young, but need to be supervised. Is what you mean? Exactly. Yes. Anywho, it looks like we're gonna end the poll. It looks like 10-9 actually won. I gave it a 9, so how about we settle for a 9 out of 10? A very solid episode. Probably one of the best episodes we've had in a while. It's 2 solid episodes in a row, so yay, I'm up for it. Anyways, guys, I got a skedaddle here. We'll do this again next week. I will probably be streaming tomorrow night for Indigo Disc. I do have a couple things I have to do tomorrow, so I might have to delay it to Monday, but we'll see where we're at tomorrow night. We are getting close to the holidays, so I'm going to be getting a little bit busier here, so. Anyways, guys, for everyone that's still here, yeah, next week's episode, next week's live stream, since it's the last episode of the year, it'll be the last Horizons live discussion stream for the year as well. We'll resume on January 12th or 13th, something like that. Somewhere around that way. Anyways, guys, I got a skedaddle here. We'll see about tomorrow. I'll update you guys tomorrow if I am able to stream tomorrow night or not. So, I'll let you know either way. Whether it's on the community notes or on Discord. So, yeah, by the way, you should join my Discord. It's in the link in the description. Anyways, I need to stop messing around here. So, I gotta go for real now. So, anyways, guys, I know there's 5 of you here. So, for the people that are still here, thank you for joining. I appreciate it. You all have a great rest of the day, and I will see you all later. Bye.